Now let's talk about some other techniques for working with Dynamesh. So this is kind of where we left off. And let's say we want to now cut this apart and add some pieces in between. So really change up the what we've got. Without Dynamesh, it would be kind of difficult to do. But with Dynamesh, we can kind of just cut this apart. Now, the first thing I'll do is turn on our polyframe, and then I'll hit Control W to just make this one polygroup. Then we're going to come down to Dynamesh, and let's turn on this Groups button, and I'm going to turn off the Project button. Okay, we can remesh. Now what I want to do is, let's say, cut off a section of this and insert something between it. So I'm going to use the Slice Curve. So Control-Shift is going to be our modifier, and we hold that down, we can choose Slice Curve. And this is going to just create a new polygroup. So let's do that wherever we want to have our cut to be. So maybe right in here, I'll just come straight across. And you can see it creates that green polygroup up at the top. So now if we watch this, when we remesh it, it's actually going to separate that out and cap it off. Okay, so now when I come down to polygroups, I'm going to do an auto group, because when it creates that cap, it creates a separate polygroup. So if I do auto group, it's going to just create a new group there for everything. Now if I go to move, and I'm just going to click, and actually let's control click to mask everything off with move selected. Now we can move this up, and it's a separate piece, and you can see it's all filled in down there. You can see the top is filled in. So really cool. Now we can come in and let's say that I want to put a more of a sphere shape inside there. So let me unmask this, and then we can come in and just draw out our sphere. You can see it's not quite centered up, so I'll just kind of pull it in here, maybe pull it up like that. So maybe something like that. So it's in the middle. Let's unmask and let's remesh, and then that all becomes one piece again. Okay, we can also come in here and let's go down to our deformation. We can go in and we can polish. So you can see it kind of smooths things out. There's lots of different kinds of polishes you can do based on by features or by groups, and depending on which one you choose, some things will be sharp and some things won't. But you can see here, even though we've got these different shapes, we've created it out of one single mesh. And again, if we want to maybe cut out part of this, we could come in and let's just insert another sphere, but let's use symmetry this time. And so we could come in here and let's use Alt, pull these out, and then remesh, and we get these cool little openings there. You can polish that to kind of smooth things out. So you can really create some kind of interesting effects here with Dynamesh. And when we're done, we can just turn off Dynamesh, and now we have some geometry that we could then just go in and sculpt if we wanted to. Now it is fairly high resolution. So in the next lesson, let's take a look at remeshing our geometry. So right now, this is what our geometry looks like. It's very high res, especially for the simple object that it is. And so we can actually go in and recalculate a better resolution for this. So we'll go ahead and look at that next.